Hey, babies. How y'all doing tonight? We made it to November the 3rd. Third. It's a bird. It's a plane. Hi, Crystal. Hi, Country Crystal. I like that name. Hi, Sharice. How are you, beautiful? It's a bird. It's a plane. We made it to today. It's a bird. It's a plane. We made it to today. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a bird. It's a plane. Welcome in, you guys, and good evening. We've made it to Motivational Monday. It is November the 3rd, and I'm your girl, Coach Kenya. We in this thing. Yes, Sharice is known for your weight to fluctuate between 3 and 8 pounds, depending on your menstrual cycle, your stress level, the gravity, if you're traveling any, if you're sitting for long periods of time, any increased in large amounts of sodium and things like that can actually relate to the body doing its thing to protect it in fight or flight mode, which then adds to inflammation. The inflammation then adds to the fluid retention. The fluid retention causes you to bloat. The bloating causes the scale to be heavier and thus makes you think you lose weight. However, weight should actually fluctuate. That's a normal thing. When a person goes to bed at night and wakes up and the scale is a little lighter or a little heavier, that's actually normal because your body is going through REM sleep while you sleep. So, this is why I tell people do not weigh weekly and do not weigh daily because it's not an inaccurate track. If you are on a health and wellness journey and you are addressing why you eat, what you eat for, and why you eat, then you don't need to be on a scale every day because you're doing what you need to do to maintain your health. When we are weighing ourselves too much, it's the thing is, here's what I try to tell people. If on Monday, okay, I get on the scale and it says I weigh 170 and I didn't do shit on Monday. I didn't work out. I didn't eat different. I didn't drink no water. Why the hell would I get on the scale on Tuesday? For what? I didn't do nothing. There's no reason why it will be different on Tuesday. I haven't done anything for the results to be different. Some of us are out here doing some asinine stuff, and that's why we're in the situation we're in. So the daily weigh-in is actually makes no scientific sense. Even if your doctor told you to do it, go do the research on your body and go look up things like what REM sleep means and what happens in the process, and then add to that any of your medical conditions. And then I want you to go research each one of your medical conditions and your medication and look at how they break down in their half-lives, and then you'll learn way more about your body than you know right now. Go do some homework. Go study yourself. Practice it yourself. Don't rely on somebody else because they got a degree to be a professional in your life. Go be a professional in your own health and wellness. And many of us will stop a lot of the battles that we're going through because we've allowed someone else to come in our lives and have more say with our health and wellness than us. A lot of y'all walking around hollering, my doctor said, and you walking around here obese, broken down on a bunch of medications, can't breathe, on oxygen, can't get in and out of the car, and you talking about something my doctor said. Your doctor's cool with you being exactly how you are. You have to be tired of that. You have to be tired of my doctor said, and why don't you start saying some things? Why don't you start putting some effort in? Stop going to somewhere relying for somebody to give you a pill to fix for something that you need to be doing on your own. You should be interested in your own health and wellness. You should not be waiting on someone else to figure out the small things going on with your body at all. I did that. I used to say all the same, well, my doctor said, and my doctor had no problem continuing to prescribe medications to me while I was almost homeless trying to afford them. And she got a new house, 3 new cars, and sent both of her children to school while I was her patient. But I was almost homeless. But I was paying my copay. In a wheelchair, long-term care facilities, paying my copay. She driving a Maserati, sending her kids to school, but I'm sicker and sicker and sicker. And I think she has my best interest in mind. No, she has the best interest of her vehicles in mind, her children in mind. It's definitely not me in mind. Because if I'm going to the doctor for 4 and 5 years, I've been seeing you for 11 years, and my situation is worse than it was when I came to you, you're not a good doctor. I don't care how much I like you. I don't care how friendly you are. You're not a good doctor. You are not a doctor of well care. You're a doctor of sick care. I'm going to repeat that again. If I've been on the same blood pressure medicine for 25 years at the same dosage, and I've been going to my doctor every 90 days or every 6 months, and that dosage has never changed, I've never gotten off the medicine. You don't think I should have questions? You don't think about it. I'm going to the doctor. I've been on the same pill for 25 years. I'm calling it maintenance. You don't think if it was well care that I should be off of it by now? Hear me out. I'm going to say it again because some of y'all in the back are too slow to understand what I just said. If I go to the doctor and his job is to help me get healthy, high super grown. If I'm going to the doctor and his job is to help me sustain health, follow me here. I'm about to drop something on you. But everything he does with me is maintaining my diseases to keep me sickly. I'll give you an example. If I originally went to the endocrinologist because my AC1 was off and they gave me metformin, and since going to them and getting metformin, I'm now on 8 other medications for the symptoms of the metformin that they gave me for the increased AC1. Let me lean forward because I don't think y'all get what I just said. Because you ain't putting the dots together for yourself. But you still hollering my doctor said. You, it's over your head. It might be over your head. Okay, let me leave the subject alone. Because sometimes what I talk about is over people's head. Because I realize some of us are so poverty stricken and our ability to think outside of what's going on for us is so minimal that we don't even realize that the story that we've been selling people for years is a bunch of bullshit until we realize it. Until we realize it. Because see, what happened for me is I went from being 200 pounds to 600 pounds with the same 26 doctors that claimed they were going to save my life, but yet I ended up in hospice on palliative care. How was I prescribed 6 of the same medications that does the same thing, but they were just different names? But my doctor said, y'all still not alarmed yet? I've been on the same medication for 10 years, but it ain't never got better. We not alarmed yet? We not alarmed? We not concerned? We don't think that's strange? Oh, I've been seeing the same doctor since I was 12. And you walking around as sick as you are on all the medicines broke down as you don't think you want to find another doctor that might want to practice something other than keeping you sick. Okay, never mind. That's tonight's topic. Tonight's topic is practice on yourself, and you'll be amazed about what you learn. Choose to make you the practicing thing, right? You become your own doctor. You become your own professional. You become aware. I didn't say don't go to the doctor. I said stop going in there thinking that they are not practicing. That's what I said. I love doctors. I love medicine. I went to school to be a doctor. Remember, I got sick in school becoming a PA. Remember, all of that was originally medicine, and I changed it to psychiatry. Right? So keep in mind, you're talking to someone who loves the medical industry. Love it. Love medicine. I'm always reading somebody's research studies. Always. But what I'm explaining to you is there's a difference between healthcare and sick care. And many of us are stuck in the constant evolution of sick care. In order for those cycles to continue, it requires lack of knowledge and a certain broken mentality to sustain it. And the reason why I say that is because if we don't have a desire to want to change something, then we won't change it. And what that means is that I can keep going to the same doctor and he can give me all the medicine that he wants to give me. But until I decide I'm willing to do those things consistently, it's just another med, right? If there's things that I'm supposed to be doing in my daily living to make the situations that are wrong with me medically better and I'm not doing them, then it means I'm choosing to rely on the medication to do something for me that I could do for myself. Like for those of us who have hypertension, there are natural things you can do to lower your blood pressure. But many of us refuse to do the things that are necessary to actually have a healthy lifestyle. We don't want to do those things. So therefore, we then live in a suffering state of mind. We therefore then live in a sick state. We currently live in this kind of gap of where it's easy. Like I once had somebody tell me, I just rather take a pill. That's easier than me having to remember to work out and focus on eating right. And I thought, what did you just say? She said, I just rather somebody give me a pill for it than me have to eat right to keep it down myself. Huh? And she said, I don't want to like eat healthy or be healthy or do healthy stuff. I just rather somebody do it for me because I don't want to do it. I said, so then you don't want to feel better. And she's like, no, I want to feel better. I just don't want to do anything that equals that. Okay. 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 You know what? Then I don't really know how I can help. Because you have to have that. Health and wellness comes with a desire, you guys. It comes with a sense of health and wellness comes with this form of determination of making up your mind and being unwilling to change it no matter what. Meaning, under any circumstances, I'm making sure what I need to do for me, there's room for it. I'll give you an example. Say you on your weight loss and wellness journey and the kids sign up for football. Well, guess what? I did too. I'm walking around the field while they playing. I'm not going to come sit in no chair. I'm going to get my workout in. Say it's during your gym time. It's okay. Cancel your gym membership. And now you're going to do squats around the whole football field while he working out, right? Say, you was going to the gym, now you can't no more, you ain't got no car. Okay, you still gonna get up every morning at the same exact time. You're gonna get dressed like you're gonna leave for the gym. You're gonna get up, you're gonna go in the living room, you're gonna put your earphones on, and you're gonna act like you in the gym in your living room. See, this is under any means necessary is what we call this. This is called hi Anguilla. Is it Angular? Hello, hi Grey Goose, how are you? Hi, Robin. This is under any means necessary, right? This is how I've achieved 479 pounds naturally and kept it off. Under any means necessary. Are you willing to change the circumstances to fit your goal, right? When I go home to New Jersey, I don't have all this. Well, my sister has a gym in her house, but anyway, she has a treadmill, exercise, all of that. But in New Jersey, it's not as hot. So if you guys know me, y'all know I like it hot. I like to work out in the heat, and I like to get it in. So when I go home to New Jersey, I don't have that luxury. So what do? I simulate the same thing. I cut on the heater. I get fully wrapped up in my clothes. I like the sauna type workout, and I get my workout done wherever I'm at. I have no problem whipping out my resistance bands, doing 100 squats, 100 push-ups, 100 jumping jacks, 100 high knees, 100 butt kicks, 100 chest presses, 100 bicep curls, and 100 kickbacks. I have no problem doing that, baby. Quick workout done. Because see, I understand that when I move my body, and I'm moving all that energy around, it feels good to my soul as well. I understand that my journey was not temporary to reach a weight loss goal. My journey was forever. I understand that I'm not on a weight loss goal to reach a size. I don't have a size that I desire to be. I have a health state that I desire to be. I desire to be the healthiest female in my female group, period. That's what I'm going for. I'm already pretty, baby. You can't tell me nothing about how pretty I am. I know that I'm pretty. I'm already a catch. You can't tell me nothing about any of that. But what I will not sacrifice is my health and wellness. See, what you're not going to do is catch me short of breath, broken down, swollen ankles, bent back, can't pick up nothing, can't fit in nowhere. What you're not going to do is catch me unable to fit in a table, sit at a table. What you're not going to catch me doing ever again is being able to fit in a bathroom stall in public. What you're not going to do is catch me pissing in a cup because I'm too big to get to the bathroom ever again. What you're not going to do is catch me doing those things ever again because I refuse to go back. Yeah, that's what you're not going to do. Yeah, I got boundaries, and them boundaries are mine, and I'm not willing to sacrifice them for no one. I don't care who you are, what's going on. I don't care if everybody in my family died. I will not be eating over it. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm going to be sad. But what I'm explaining to you is I've come to the conclusion that I no longer eat over stuff anymore. I've lost all my parents, godparent, everything, all dead. I didn't eat over. I ain't got it. You didn't hear me come on this app talking about how I didn't gain so much weight dealing with grief, and the grief took me out. No, I'm not letting no grief take me out. I'm gonna grieve like you're supposed to, but I'm not gonna let it take me out to the point where I done ate myself to 100 pounds back on my back. No, ma'am, I'm not gonna do that. Why? Because I have willingness. Why? Self-control. Why? Self-discipline. Why? Self-determination. Why? Self. I am aware that I am the king to this building, the queen to this castle, and the maker of the maker over here. And if I want my health and my wellness and my mindset and my lifestyle to be according to what I desire to be and what God has set forth to me, I must first and foremost stand in the truth and the reality of my situation and how I got here and how I can never go back to where I was. But that means I can't live in the delusions and the lies of things like my doctor. I'm big boned it. We just big people. No, that's go get a thermogram and it'll shut all of that down. It doesn't work like that. Your bones aren't bigger than mine because you weigh more than me. No, that's not. There's no research to that. There's no research says that fat people have big old bones. No, your bone is the same size as everybody else. Bookie. Height and bone size are two different things. See, some of y'all are getting that confused. See, like you'll tell a little girl that's about 7, the little girl will be weighing about 300 pounds, and you'll tell her she's big because her daddy's tall. No, she's not. She's big because she's eating, and you need to stop it. That's what that is. That's not because her daddy's tall, because height and weight are not the same thing. And in the brown and black communities, we have a tendency to baby our obese small ones by trying to tell them that they're big because of the size of their parents. No, they're big because they have the same bad eating habits as their parents have, and we need to stop it. We need to educate ourselves. Generational, cultural, and environmental obesity are real things. Generational, cultural, and environmental obesity are real components, and they heavily affect children. Many of us have battled with eating and food issues since we were small, and it just showed up bigger as an adult. But we have used food throughout our whole life to cope. Many of us. We did not just wake up and start eating to feel better. We've been eating to feel better for many people since we were little kids. It started out with our parents giving us food to eat when we would cry. How many times have you taken your child somewhere, dropped them off, and the person that they were left with when they was crying gave them something to eat to get them to be quiet? How many times have you yourself had a whiny child and you bought them food to make them be quiet? Think about it. If I use food inadvertently for convenience and give it to my child to calm them, I am teaching them without thinking about it that you eat to feel better. Do y'all not see the cycle? Environmental obesity. I'm teaching my child based on what I'm doing that if you eat when you're upset, it will make you feel better. No? That's okay. I know I be on the deep stuff. Let me get the daily reading button because I know that'd be too deep for y'all. Hi, Augie. How are you? How are you, beautiful? So these are concepts to think about. It's important that we look at the generational culture and environmental obesity because many people will say, oh, well, I knew I was going to get this because my mom had it. No, you knew you were going to get that because culturally that was passed down to you, right? Our cultural behaviors, our environmental setting, okay? Cultural behaviors, our environmental settings, okay? All play a role in what we're doing and in how we eat and live. A lot of times, the reason why you can see diabetes, hypertension, and congestive heart failure through generations is because each generation teaches the next generation how to cook. Do y'all understand? You got me? Each generation teaches the next generation how to cook. This is how you end up with generational obesity. Because if my mom has minimal understanding of nutrition, then the only thing she can teach me or show me is what she knows. And then if all I have is minimal knowledge and education on nutrition, then all I can teach my kids is what I know. You see the pattern? So if environmentally there's misinformation, lack of knowledge, for the people shall perish in my environment, in my culture, generationally, guess what? I'm gonna pass that down. So if I didn't grow up eating fruits and vegetables and things like that, then it wouldn't be in my nature, it wouldn't be in my culture to then feed those things to my children. Hi, yo. Does that make sense? It wouldn't be in my nature. So it wouldn't be something that I would think is normal, because it's not something we've done in our community, right? Which then feeds into that statement of, as you all know, oh, that's this people food. Like, have you ever, oh, that's white people food. Oh, that's black people food, right? How many times have you heard the white people, black people food thing? Have you ever heard that? But I know that in our community, we used to say that a lot. If something was really healthy, that was white people food. If something was really fattening and fried, that was black people food. Soul food was always black people food. Okay. And then on the other hand, you have what they call white people food. It tastes, our people would say things like, oh, it tastes like white people food. What is, right? So essentially saying the colored food is flavored, the white people food isn't. But then it was also associated with white people are healthy, black people are not, right? Think about it. Think about what I just said. I don't want white people food. That's healthy. The message being sent is I want this type of food because it tastes better and it tastes better for me. It's not even about it being healthy. We know fried chicken ain't healthy, right? We fried it. It can be, but if you fry it it can be. You can actually have fried chicken that's not fried, but that's a whole other story. Just let's just say we put it in our Crisco, our Lord, not vegetable oil, not healthy. We can assume that the idea behind that statement is that the ethnic food is unhealthy and the white food is healthier, because that's the mentality that culturally was being passed down. That if I eat healthy, I'm eating like white people, right? If I'm eating unhealthy, it's insinuating that I'm eating like colored people, right? So right there, you show a cultural disparity in the language around actual nutrition. This then translates into what we choose to expose our children to, as well as ourselves. So many times, the reason why we lack knowledge in complex carbs, the proper amount of nutrition that we should be ingesting, and things of that nature, is because we don't have exposure, right? Without exposure to something, then we would not pursue it. There would be no reason to. Why? Because it's foreign to me. But if we remove the disparities of the discussion of nutrition and call it nutrition, and then provide access, knowledge, and services in all areas, then the disparity gets lower and lower and lower. Because people then can tell you what a complex carb is, what a gaseous vegetable is versus a non. Some vegetables that we eat are good for us, but if you have certain conditions, they're actually not good for you, right? Did y'all know that? Like, a lot of times people say, "Oh, I'm eating this and this and this and this," and I don't know why my labs came back, and I can tell them in what they said they're eating why their labs are like that, because we have to account when you have stuff going on in your body. Yes, that item is healthier for a regular person, but I'll give you a best example that I can pull off the top of hand, and then we'll do our daily reading and hop off. Renal issues, okay? If I go to the doctor and I have renal issues, okay, and they're noticing that my potassium is high, then the doctor is going to give me a low potassium list of foods that have low potassium. He's on that list is also going to have the items that have high potassium. And as soon as I look at that list, I'm going to notice that 4 of the major healthy items we claim are on that list that the doctor just gave me and told me to no longer eat to lower my potassium because I have renal issues. So it's not that I can't eat them because they're not healthy for you. I can't eat them because of what is in them in me, right? Almonds, oat milk, oats, spinach, chicken breast. Did y'all know that a person with high potassium and kidney issues can't have those things? If your potassium's up, those are all high potassium items, extremely high actually. And typically you have somebody eat those who's got low potassium, which is why when you have health conditions, something that worked for Betty ain't gonna work for you. That's why I always tell y'all on her to do what? Consider your own health before you run out and do anything. Why? Because what helped for Betty might not work for you, and the only reason why it might not work for you because Betty don't got renal problems you do. So what might help Betty lose weight might cause your potassium go up. What might help Betty get smaller might make you swell. You see what I'm saying? You see the example when I'm pointing out? So this is why we look at environmental cultural. Okay. This is why we look at all the effects of the obesity, not just can I get the weight off, but we look at all the components that play a role in the weight ever existing in the beginning. Okay. All right. Today's reading. That was our lesson for today. All right, it was Health Saves with Coach K, and we are moving on to November 3rd, which says by Melanie Beattie. This is the author that we've been reading. This is Codependency Anonymous. Food is a relationship, and this book has helped me for the last 10 years keep off 470 pounds. So I come live each night. I'll read it to you. We talk about it. We process the information to help you grow, become motivated, find your path or an avenue that works best for you. But more than anything, don't forget the mindset. Mindset is king. I don't care if you come in here and tell me you lost 900 pounds. The first thing I'm going to say is, what did you do for your mind? I don't care if you tell me you lost it all natural. I'm still going to say, what did you do for your mindset? Because if you did nothing, I'm going to follow that statement up and say, I'm so proud of you. But get on that mindset or she's coming back for you. And when she comes back, you lost 900, she's going to bring 1,800 because that's how she works. So mindset is king. Your mind, the way you think, your self-esteem, your self-love, your childhood issues, your abandonment, your loss, your rejection, all of those things play a role in body imagery and weight loss. If you think they don't, you're delulu. I don't care how much confidence you had as a big girl. It is a different vibe after you lose weight. Get mindset coaching, therapy, psychotherapy, EBT, extensionism. Get something and thank me later. And thank me later. Coming from a retired professional counselor. Thank me later. Cynthia, hi, beautiful. All right, here we go. Y'all ready? We got this. Today's reading says, hi, is it Bernita? Bernita, hi. Today's reading says, you haven't lost your place. Sometimes when life shifts and changes, it can feel like we've lost our place. During those times when our lives are changing, we may feel out of tune, out of rhythm, out of balance, out of step. Maybe an old feeling is surfacing, clearing, so that we can learn something new and move forward to a new place. Maybe our attention is being diverted to a new focus so we can find and experience another lesson. Sometimes the form or our shape of our lives is changing dramatically. The old picture is being erased so the new one can be drawn. Familiar people are leaving. New people are coming and entering. We may ache, feel irritable, and doubt the course of our entire journey. We may doubt whether the magical way we were living was even real and whether the magic will ever return. Let the changes happen. Take extra loving care of yourself. Be attentive to what you need. The magic isn't gone. It hasn't disappeared. You're just going through a shift. That means things are moving. The movement is good. For now, Tamisha! Hi, boo! For now, it may feel like you can't. Find your place, but that's because your place is changing. So thank you, Tamisha. So for right now, it may feel like you can't find your place, but that's because right now, your place is changing. So let the changes happen. Take extra long care of yourself. Be attentive to what you need. The magic isn't gone. It hasn't disappeared. You're just going through a shift. That means things are moving, and movement is good. Melanie Beatty, Journey from the Heart, November 3rd, 2025. Look, this is all we have left. I can't believe we've been reading this. Wow. So we started reading Dangerous Prayers last week, well, this weekend, and I'm super excited. It's a really powerful book. It's just very spiritually connected. Yeah. So if you haven't grabbed Dangerous Prayers by Greg Rochelle, be sure you grab that. That's the book that we'll start reading. It'll switch. So it'll switch to Greg Rochelle from this one, okay? So be sure you got your book on deck. Any questions for Coach Tamisha? Hi, baby. I miss you so much. I didn't get to see you on Thursday because I know you had to work till 5 o'clock in the morning with the computers and the telephone. Yeah. You gotta keep the government talking so they can get it wrong. So thank you, friend, for doing your job. I know you want to quit in the end. I'm just thank you so much. Thank you, sis, for all you do for us, keeping us, for all your hard work with the government. I appreciate you keeping our communication lines safe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I know this time of the year is always rough, so you know me. I'm over here doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Gordy! I'm over doing what I'm supposed to be doing. What I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be doing. I know, sis. Thank you so much. You know, I'm mad love for you. You know, I know where you are. I actually was hoping that I could see you because I wanted to do a check-in to see how things were going because we were on our week 3. But it's okay. We could check in this week. We'll be checking tomorrow. Hi, Florida girl. I'm excited this weekend. The challenge is going to be lit because it's our first weekly raffle for participation. First weekly raffle for participation. Had the real how you say your name, boo? True Moja? Moaja? I don't know. How you say your name? Because I be trying to say people's name right, because people be saying my name wrong. My name is Kenya. Not Kenya. My name is Kenya. Some people say, what's your name? Kenya. Not Kenya. Kenya. Like Longi. Kenya. My sister is Kenya. I'm Kenya. 9 months, 1 week, post-op, down 100 pounds, but struggling with serious food noise. Girlfriend, you know I'm a food addict, and me and food noise was in a whole marriage for like 11 years. Girl, I just divorced her about 8 years ago. I've ate all day today. Oh, the food noise is making you chew. What's going on? Why are you anxious? Because, love, like after a certain point, we're not eating because we're physically hungry. We're eating because we're emotionally hungry. Oh, you're anxious about surgery. Yeah. You know what, love bug? If you eat too crazy the day before surgery, you going to feel like when you wake up because all them toxins. Baby, slow down, mamas. Do you have any support? To remove cancer from cervix. Okay, you got this. You got this. Okay, so you've lost 100 pounds. You did the hard work. You've been doing it. So if the food noise is loud, it's because it's related to stress and anxiousness. That means you're anxious. And the reason why you're trying to chew is because you're trying to chew to calm down the anxiousness inside, right? So you can be emotionally hungry, physically hungry. So what happens when you're emotionally hungry, you feel anxious. So instead of you feeling it here, you feel it here. Okay. So you'll think you're hungry, but what happens is you're uncomfortable and you're feeling these bouts of shortness of breath, and it's making you think if you eat, it'll calm you down. But that's the brain telling you that food calms me, so let me chew to make it better. Even though the chewing is a solution to the brain from the raised anxiety, the fight or flight mode tells your body to find the quickest solution to calm it. And for many of us, when we're stressed and we're emotional eaters, the quickest solution to calm anxiousness is to eat. Are y'all following me? Oh, true. I'm sorry, baby. Hey, D. Marie, y'all follow me? Does that make sense? So, what'll happen is if you're worried about something, you'll actually spend the whole entire day eating all day long. And what's happened is you can eat something and then the anxiousness calms as long as you're chewing. But the minute you stop chewing, it comes back. The problem is that chewing is mimicking sucking a bottle, just like we did when we were babies. Remember, as a baby, we sucked the bottle until we stopped crying and felt comfort, typically following a full stomach. The baby was too full to cry any damn way. That's why they stopped crying. It wasn't because they was better. They probably weren't even hungry, but we was just sticking bottles in the baby mouth to just shut them up. Same thing we doing now. We sticking food in our mouth just so we don't have to feel, deal, and live, regardless of what it is. Surgery is not anything that you are in trouble for. But the stress and anxiety, the body does not know the difference. Many of you guys have got to learn this. Your body does not know the difference in your children making you feel abandoned and your kids and your man making you feel abandoned. Your body does not know the difference in the people leaving you feeling abandoned. All it knows is this abandonment. Do you understand what I just said? So it's the same thing. Your body doesn't care how you get calm. All as it knows, it calms it. So if you chew to calm, guess what? The body's dope down what you're doing that. Chew away. Chew away. Okay? So I just wanted to kind of point these things out to kind of show you how what you're talking about and what your expression says. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't see your comments. I've been stuck in the 250s for a while now. Okay, my doctor wants me at 235 by February. I need to get it together. Okay, you can get it together. 235 by February, you're 250. That's only 20 pounds. I think you can do it. You should probably definitely get you a therapist, though. I would definitely suggest you getting a therapeutic, someone that can do some EFT tapping, CBT, things like that with you to deal with to help you cope with both past and current, right? With both past and current. Yeah. Because also too, if like you're going through emotional stuff, it'll make you plateau, boo. Stressing and worrying makes you plateau too. That myth that you can lose weight when you stressed out, only if you're not sitting around snacking. You gotta be stressed out and starve. You can't be stressed out and still eating whole pizzas, hamburgers, hot dogs, cakes, candies all day. No. You must be stressed out and starved. That's the way that theory works. So for those of you that say, I don't never lose weight when I'm stressed out, it's because you're not missing a meal when you're stressed out, books. Okay? Hi Bianca, how are you? Hi to the point, how are you? Hi Alexandria, how are you? So for this for I'm just reading the comments, y'all. So to calm yourself down, I want you to try some. Would you be all right? First of all, let me just not just do that. Are you open to trying some other stuff to calm yourself down? Why for the surgery tomorrow? Because the first thing I say, if you could get in the bathtub, I would definitely say some Epsom salt, some lavender oil. Put a drop of the lavender oil right here, and under here. Get in the tub in warm water, cut off the lights, and try to like simulate your body almost being engulfed in warmth. That'll help the nerve endings and the nerves in your body relax from the warm water, and it simulates kind of a womb embiotic feeling from the warm water in the tub with the light off. That actually is a very effective therapeutic technique for women that battle with PTSD, that get overly anxious. It's just something that we do for them to create almost like an embiotic feeling where they're kind of in the womb and protected again. That's one thing you can do. The other thing you can do is, if you are familiar with tapping or meditation, that will work very well. Bringing the whole environment of the house down to a lower vibrating level will also help lessen the anxiety and increase the endorphins of positivity to be released. And then the final last thing, of course, you can always do is when you're feeling really stressed out and you can't seem to calm yourself down, I always try to encourage people, see if you can take a nap. Sometimes the body is literally screaming for a reset, and we just need to give it to the body. Okay? So these are things all non-eating to deal with the anxiety for tomorrow. Okay? All right? Does that sound okay? Hi, user 581. Hi, Empress. The Empress. Hi, beautiful. Hi, beautiful. Hi, baby doll. Hi, sweet shenanigans. How are you doing this evening, baby doll? All right, love bugs. We are good to go. I think I was trying to make sure I answered all the questions. I don't see none that I missed. I don't see any more because it's Transformation Tuesday. I do questions. How you feeling, my love? I don't have any questions that I missed in any of the comments. But if I missed your question and you're watching from the outside, please feel free to just comment the question below, and I'll come back and answer it for YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Again, thank you for joining me for Transformation Tuesdays. Coach K's Health Says and Talk. Glad you made it. Tonight's topic was generational culture and environmental obesity. And are you lacking knowledge? And then is that why you're failing? That was today's topic. And as we move on, I want to thank each and every one of you who tuned in tonight. I'm so grateful that you decided to pick this live. You can also pick any other live. Hi, Lola. You can pick any live, but you pick mine. So I thank you. I appreciate you, and I honor you. May God bless you and keep you and your family. And may you have an absolutely phenomenal day tomorrow. I don't say Transformation Tuesdays, Motivational Mondays. I meant Motivational Mondays, y'all. Transformational Tuesdays. It's not here yet. For Motivational Mondays, I always do Coach Health Says topics. Okay, so thank you so much for those who joined me at the beginning of the live for Coach Health Says topics and talk. And as I just told you, tonight's topic was on generational cultural and environmental obesity and our awareness and lack of knowledge. Are we failing because of our lack of knowledge? Hey, TR, how are you, beautiful? It took forever to notify you today. I'm actually done. I've been on for exactly 40 minutes, so we're going to stick with our time and hop on off. Not one notification. I have no idea why. None of y'all were in here. I've been on here since because of the time zone, right? It's 7 here already. It's 8:15. I've been on since 7:30 because the time changed. So maybe it's notifying y'all. Now you would have gotten the notification when I went live. I don't know why. Oh, the levels. It's the constant disrespect for me. It's the constant disrespect, you guys. Lay y'all. Lay you bye. It's the constant disrespect for me, TR.